Hi Ramona, it's John Scott. It's been at least 10 years since we've had our last voice lesson, and I wanted to respond to your question about phlegm. A lot of singers experience phlegm when they go to sing and you get all this mucus, and they ask me questions like, well, am I drinking too much milk, or am I not drinking enough lemon tea or something like that. And the reason for the mucus is that your vocal cords are feeling unhappy. They're feeling like they're losing that protective coating that keeps them safe, like the oil in your engine. Now, the reason for these disruptions in the mucus layers of your vocal cord, usually it has to do with a high larynx or a glottal attack. And so I'd like to just tell you, first of all, about the glottal attack. And I have here my little model of the larynx. Okay, so here's my larynx model, and you can see my larynx is kind of floating in my neck here. My Adam's apple, when it goes up, my larynx goes up. And inside the larynx here are the vocal cords, and you can kind of see them here. When you breathe, they swing open, and when you sing, ah, they close. Ah, okay. Now, above the larynx is the epiglottis. That's this thing here, right? Okay. And now when you feel the epiglottis close, that's called a glottal attack. It sounds like ah, ah. Make that sound. Ah, ah. Now, when you're singing properly, you're going to feel the connection to your vocal cord from your airflow, and it feels like ah, ah. But if you feel the glottal attack, it comes here. Ah, ah. The reason the glottal attack is so harmful, and most of my students who have gotten into serious trouble with their vocal cords have been victims of the glottal attack, it's because your body is sensing a tremendous load of pressure here that the epiglottis can handle, but as soon as you start to sing, ah, that air just rushes through your larynx and your vocal cords are getting overwhelmed and they go, help! So, the first thing to do if you're getting phlegm is to check and see if you're using a glottal attack. So, put your hand around your larynx and say, ha, ha, ha. That's just air. That's the right way to sing, and you can still feel some buzz around the vocal cords, right? You can say, hi, ha, ha, hi, yeah, all right. You can have edge, but it's not a glottal attack, which would be ah, 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 ah. The other thing that happens with the glottal attack is that oftentimes our pitch is thrown off, because when we're singing on a sustain, we have to sustain into the vocal cord. The epiglottis has to let go. But all of a sudden you get this big pressure change between the epiglottis and the vocal cord, and the pitch changes too. The other part about generally phlegmy singers is that your larynx is probably too high. Okay, so when you sing from low note to high note, often the time the larynx goes up and down with that. And you can just check that here. Say, ah. And if you do it right, your larynx will be stable. Ah. Okay? If you're doing it wrong, your larynx is going to go up and down with pitch. Ah. So the sound of a high larynx is like ah, ah. It's kind of a breathier sound. And a lower larynx usually sounds more along the lines of ooh, like ooh, ooh. So, coax your larynx down with a yawny, ooh, and I love you, with a kind of a duller, lower larynx sound. Oftentimes that'll help you get into the mix between your chest voice and head voice. Okay, so 2 things for phlegm. Avoid the glottal attack, keep the larynx low with an oohier, yawnier sound. Oh, one last thing. Never clear your voice. Okay? Because once you start clearing, now your vocal cords are getting scraped again. And they're going to go, ah, we lost that protective coating of mucus we needed. More mucus, please. And then you get into a cycle that scrapes the cords too much. So, if you're feeling phlegmy, sniff and swallow and then sing through it. Be thankful for the phlegm. It helps you stay lubricated. Now, Ramona, do me a favor. Click on over to my website, modernvocalist.com. And there you can learn more about all this stuff in the free section. Okay? You have to enter your email to get into the free section, but it's free other than that. Hey, great to hear from you. And please, if you have any other questions, just let me know. Bye-bye.